Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to start a new what if. What if Deku was an elemental master? So, this will take from the cartoon Lego Ninjago. The elemental masters are beings that are or chosen by the element or that it was passed down genetically. Deku, it will be kind of both. So, as well as basically everyone else who has them. Um, so, yeah, multiple people in class 1A will have, well, an element. Not going to hide it, those are the elements that people have. Yes, as you can see, Tsuyu has both the water element and will have one for all. Bakugo has destruction and energy, Shoto fire and ice. Um, well, you can read basically. But yeah, Deku has gold, poison, speed, and earth. Gold and poison are from genetics. His grandparents actually had them. Well, his grandfather from his mom's side and his grandmother from his dad's side. Speed and earth were actually gods because they chose him specifically as being worthy, and basically he will have all of them from birth, but will have to learn to control them. Same thing for Bakugo and everyone else. They basically have them from birth, but need to learn to control them. Most of them just thinks of those as quirk. Deku will actually learn in this part what they truly are. So yeah. In the show there are 24 of them, which you can just count them and remove one for all. Um, and the ninjas, basically the 4 people that actually we learn that they have them from the start. Well, the 4 that we learn. Well, yeah, the 4 first ones that we learn that they have some basically have fire, ice, earth, lightning. So they have it like that. Um, for one of them, his dad had it. One of them is a robot that basically was chosen, and the 2 others we never learned from where they came from. So it might be by fate or by genetics. Later we learned about the other ones, but still. But yeah, the 4 originals have, well, precisely a way of, well, they are ninjas, so they have ways of fighting. One of the things is called the spinjitzu. Deku will learn that and will teach it to multiple people in class. So they basically will, well, Deku will learn it first and teach it to Bakugo afterward. But yeah, so let's get started. Deku is born as a normal baby. And for a certain amount of time, basically, he was just normal. just like Bakugo, until Bakugo got his quirk. And basically, the only thing that Deku had that was close to a quirk from young age was actually that he was pretty strong and had a pretty good strength. That was coming from both the gold and the earth elements. The metal one also increases the strength, which is to Kirishima, so he will be pretty freaking strong. Plus hardening added to a metal body around him means that he's going to be pretty freaking tough to hurt no matter what. So yeah, basically they know that Deku should have a quirk. They go see. He doesn't. Basically, he will. I will do that. He is missing the bone, but that he will not get a quirk in itself. So they basically think that this is his quirk. Um. So Deku, until he's 8, basically keeps learning about his power. Discover that he can control the earth, transform his body into gold, which people are really amazed by that and think it's a type of hardening. At some point, he discovers that he can also use speed, and he's pretty freaking fast using that. Because I think in the show, sorry about that. I think in the show, the lightning user was shooting at the speed element user, and he was able to dodge it. Yes, he was way older than Deku, and that means that he will later have that power, basically increasing in strength. So that means that Deku will get fast enough to dodge lightning, and actually even faster later, but yeah, basically he's going to be fast. In terms of physical strength, I think the guy who had the earth element could lift a car at some point easily, like, and that was in the early part of the show when he didn't actually have control over his power. And when he truly had control, he basically increased it by a huge amount. So Deku is pretty strong. Add that to the gold, that also increases strength, making him probably able to lift a car pretty well. Like, probably with one arm by the time he's 15. And at another point, he actually finds out about his poison abilities. And when he learned about this one, they go test the poison, and basically he can make multiple types of poisons. Basically from just giving you like stomach problems all the way to basically being able to kill someone in minutes. That one will come way freaking later. Well, it's not even going to be in the series because he's not actually going to use it for that much. He's basically going to try and learn how, if he is able to create stuff like, let's say, well, since a poison could be, well, yeah, no. Basically, he's mostly going to use it as, or putting someone down, like a poison that's not going to kill you, but it's going to basically make you go, well, or hurt a lot, or make you need to go to the bathroom. Basically, like, well, not really going to the bathroom, like to uh, urinate or defecate. More basically making you sick and you have to puke and stuff like that. All the way to a type, well, multiple types of poison that basically renders you immobile. That one is the one he's basically learning to do, and he basically is able to do it and turn it into gas form, allowing him to basically paralyze anyone in the area if he wants to. Still, it has a limit. So, um, after basically finding out about all of his different elements, by the time he's 8, Bakugo, he still has his explosion quirk, remember. But he is also able to control energy and to destroy things. Basically, the destruction is literally what it sounds like. It destroys stuff. So basically, Bakugo has both of those. Yes, I could have given it to Shigaraki to basically go straight with his quirk, but depending on what's actually going to come out of it, we might happen to find out that Shigaraki actually got his quirk from One for All, basically One for All giving it to him and then stuff happening to Shigaraki, making him go to the side of evil, because people, well, I think he was quirkless. Actually, it's a theory right now, but multiple people are actually thinking about it. So, well, a theory that multiple people are working about it. Kind of. So, basically, instead of giving him destruction, which would make him basically already have the power that he does, which is decay, I gave him another one, which you saw if you read. And basically, he will have, well, Shigaraki will have that. Bakugo will be able to destroy stuff in the same way, but have a lot more control over it. So, as well as energy. Basically, with energy, you can kind of give energy to others, as well as using it to attack or different stuff like that. So, Deku being able to use gold, poison, earth, speed, and Bakugo being able to use all that. If you can guess, those two are pretty powerful. And basically, that's by the time they're 8. Both of them started training together and increasing their strength by a huge amount until they are 13. In that moment, both of them decided that they would stop training together and basically try to develop, well, to make different moves, to basically try and be stronger than the other on their own, basically. They're still friends, it's just that they want to try and overdo the other without him knowing what they're trying to do. During that time, Deku basically decides to ask his mom if he can, um, well, if she can put him, well, not put him, but, what's the word? Basically let him go to a dojo, to basically train and do stuff. Deku basically wants to learn martial arts to become, well, more useful than just punching or stuff like that. It's pretty useful, mostly with his strength, but he wants to learn to do more. And this is where he finds someone who has the capacity of, well, one of the same elements he has actually, which is poison. And he basically decided to teach. Um, wait, just realized something. I have to come back. Be right back. Wrong show. Gold is not actually turning into gold. It's actually the power of the Master of the Four Ninjas. And to be honest, I don't really know what it does. I think it basically makes you stronger, yes, but it mostly gets shown only like. Well, his power is only shown when he actually uses Pinjutsu. So we kind of can't see what he's doing or how he would be able to use it differently. So yeah, I'm just going to say that it increases his strength a bit. He cannot turn into gold, so yeah, that's another thing that you have to remove. I basically just realized that about that. Sorry. So yeah, Deku basically. So yeah, I'm also going to change one other thing. I'm going to say that the person that will teach him isn't actually a poison, well, the user of the poison element, but of the gold element instead. Um, so what this means is that he basically just have a small increased strength, probably longevity, seeing how old the user of that power was in the cartoon. So Deku basically learns from him to use multiple different types of move, and Deku, basically the one who's teaching him, knows about all of the different moves, but basically he told Deku that, well, basically the man was old, and around 1 or 2 months before the sludge villain attack, which means just about, well, Deku is 14, the old man dies and tells him that with the moves he taught him, there's more that he can do than just use them like that. Which basically he taught Deku all of the moves that you use to create this Pinjutsu. You just need to actually put them all together and kind of keep going to make these Pinjutsu. Deku basically trains for the next. Well, basically he tries to learn about what it is, tries to find the secret about it, but doesn't find it for a while. Um, Basically, All Might. Um, well, when the sludge villain attack, Deku basically just run away from it. So he doesn't even meet All Might. All Might arrests the sludge villain, and after that he goes and finds Suyu. But that's going to be said in the next part, like I said. So basically, during the 10 months of training, Deku only increased his strength and the control over his elements. Basically, during the 3 last months of the training, because for the rest of the time, basically the 7 first months, what he does is actually try to find out what it was that his master said um, mm, there is more of, which basically by the 6th month, he basically is able to use it for the first time, and then for an entire month basically trains it. Once he's fully able to use it, he basically goes back to strength training and everything else like that. So he knows how to use the spinjitzu. He has, well, after that, he basically went to Bakugo and basically taught it to him. So both of them know how to do it. One thing in Lego Ninjago is that if 4 spinjitzu users use it together and basically merge the tornadoes coming out of them together, they create something that is a tornado of creation. Basically absorbing everything around them to create something else, no matter from what they take it and where it ends up. Meaning that they can literally create practically anything as long as they have the material for it. And this will come at a certain point, because there's only 2 of them, so they can't really do that. So, yeah. I'm trying to think here. Okay, yeah, now Bakugo, what he has done. Literally, I just read my notes. So, what Bakugo does during the multiple, well, all of the training time that wasn't directly with Deku, what he did was actually try to increase his explosions as well as the control over his 2 other powers. Oh yeah, also Deku was taught that those aren't quirks, they are elements. They are used, well, the elements have chosen many people over the years, and how it can be passed down, how it works, and what it does, basically. He was told about all of those, so Deku also explained that to Bakugo. But yeah, so Bakugo during the time of training, away from Deku, he just basically increased his explosions, his power, um, the capacity to use both his elements as well were increased. So for energy, he can basically use it to do. Oh yeah, also they can create dragons when they know how to control it. And Bakugo, that's what he learned, which is pretty impressive. He also taught that to Deku, so they can make their own dragon from their elements. Remember that. I don't remember in what season they basically showed that, but yeah, after that they basically kept using it. 2 elements together makes a dragon fusing both elements. The dragon are only alive and conscious for the time that they're actually created. They're not truly alive and cannot think from their own, but they listen to what the elemental master tells them to do. So they must have some type of intelligence. They cannot be from the elemental user, well, they cannot be away from it for too long, basically minutes and they're gone. So yeah, both of them know how to do that. Both of them know the spinjitzu. Deku, physically, after the 10 months of training, can lift a car with a single arm pretty easily. Bakugo, in terms of strength, has a great amount of it, but nowhere near that. For Deku's poison, basically what he uses it for is almost only to make a gas to basically immobilize you. So, paralyzing gas. That can work pretty fast. He doesn't want to poison anyone dangerously, so it's or that or the one that makes you sick. For his speed, yeah, he's pretty freaking fast. Basically, his speed is about halfway the speed of sound. That's way too fast, yes, no. But still, yeah, it's halfway the speed of sound, so he can run fast. And he doesn't even need to, well, he basically doesn't need to accelerate, he's just add the speed instantly, making him a force to be reckoned with. So, after basically all of that happening, both of them knowing how to create dragons, both of them knowing how to use the spinjitzu, so they don't need the oh yeah, also the dragon thing. Literally in one season they could have used it to do something, but they didn't because they kind of forgot that they could do it. So that's what I was saying that about them placing stuff and then acting later as if they didn't even exist. That's what I was talking about. So yeah, those are basically all of the powers for those two. In the next part, I'm going to explain for Tsuyu and then do the entrance exam. So hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will leave a link to my Discord in the description. Wait, trying it again. Leave a like if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm going to leave a link to my Discord in the description. Okay, yeah, that's all of it. So yeah, this Geodude, if you're basically watching the game at the same time, which today I basically didn't play that much. If you have a name for him, just leave it in the comment section. I'm going to name him in my next video using the name you choose. So yeah, hope you liked it. Natsu, out.